Assalamu alaikum everyone. So I'm back with my another video about the phrasal verbs related to studying, and in this video I'm going to talk about more 5 phrasal verbs that I said that I will talk about in another video. So let's learn them. The first one I have written here is hand in or turn in. So you can use either hand in or turn in. Both of them means the same, so you can use either of them. So hand in or turn in means that to submit something to another person, to another responsible person, or to submit something to an authority. So when you submit that, you're handing in or you're turning in something. For an example, she handed in, or you can also say turned in her assignment late. So she handed in her assignment late, or she turned in her assignment late. Suppose your teacher gave you some homeworks and you gotta turn them in or hand in those homeworks to her in time. There's a duration of time, and you are gonna hand in the assignment, or you're gonna hand in the homework. So you're gonna just submitting something. Usually, some task like assignment or homeworks to a person, to another person. In that case, you are turning in your assignment to or homework to your teacher. So that means to submit something to another person, hand in or turn in. Second one is to fall behind. To fall behind means not current with information or some task, lagging in comparison to others. So when you are lagging behind can also be another way of saying falling behind. So lagging behind or falling behind means you are not current with information. And for an example that I have written here, he was ill and fell behind with his schoolwork. So as he was ill, he didn't go to his school, and for that, he fell behind with his schoolwork. So it happens, when someone misses school for some reason, then they just fall behind compared to the other students. So yeah, they fell behind. If they, when you miss school, you really feel like the next day you go to school, everyone knows what happened yesterday at school, or know all the things that they learned at school, and you know nothing about what happened yesterday. So you fell behind with information like some schoolwork, okay? So that was the same one, to fall behind. The third one is to drop out. To drop out means to leave an activity or program without completing it. So when you leave an activity or a program, usually you drop out of school if you don't go to the classes, or you don't finish the exams, or don't complete your course, you drop out of it. So you drop out means leave an activity uncompleted, or leave an activity or program without completing it. For an example, that she dropped out of school last year, so that means she didn't go to her courses, classes, or she can also, suppose she didn't just completed her course or didn't sit on that examination. So that means she dropped out of school last year. She didn't complete her course. So that was what to drop out means. The fourth one is to hand out something. So to hand out means to distribute something to others. So when you hand out something, you distribute them. So as we're studying some phrasal verbs related to studying, then we are going to use an example of handing something out in the case of studying. So for an example, sir handed out the question paper yesterday. So, or you can also say he handed out the quiz, or handed out some question paper, and you need to solve the problems written on that question paper. So that means to hand out something, to distribute something to others. So you hand out, our teacher handed out the assignments the other day, so you can use that in that case to distribute something, you hand out something, okay? So the last one, but not the least, is to catch on something. So to catch on something means to understand what is meant, or to understand how to do something. So to catch on means to actually understand the meaning of what is being said, or to, to what is meant, to understand that you catch on something. For an example, he doesn't take hints very easily, but he'll catch it eventually. So that means that he doesn't, understand hints so easily, so he will catch on eventually. That means he will understand eventually what you are saying. So to catch on something, like you catch on with something, suppose someone telling you some information and you're not catching on at first, but you will do eventually. So that means to catch on something. So that was all about my today's video. I hope you learned something new, and I talked about more 5 phrasal verbs related to the word study, which are hand in or turn in, or you can use either of them. Then fall behind, drop out, hand out, and catch on. And I hope you learned something new, and also hope that you watched my previous video about that 5 phrasal verbs related to study. It's the second part of that same video. And yeah, I hope you're gonna use this phrasal verbs in your daily conversations, and hope you catched on what I was talking about in this video. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Tara! Assalamu alaikum.